I paid $412 last year on AI tool subscriptions I barely used. I know the exact number because I finally sat down and audited every card statement after realizing half these apps had free tiers doing 90% of what I was paying for. So I canceled almost everything and spent 6 weeks rebuilding my entire workflow on free tools only. Some of them shocked me. A couple were genuinely worse than what I already had. Here's exactly what I found, tool by tool, with the honest good and bad on each one. The problem started simple. I run a small content operation, scripts, editing, thumbnails, research, and I kept adding paid tools every time I hit a wall. $15 here, $20 there, a runway subscription I used twice a month. It adds up fast and nobody notices until the statement shows up. So the challenge I gave myself was this: replace every paid tool with a free equivalent and only pay for something if the free version genuinely couldn't do the job. First up, ChatGPT. This was my main writing and research assistant before I started this experiment, and it stayed my main one after. The free tier handles outlining, first drafts, brainstorming titles, and rewriting clunky sentences without any real limitation for someone doing a few sessions a day. Where it falls short is longer research sessions. You hit usage caps faster than you'd like if you're going back and forth for hours, and the free tier doesn't always give you the newest model behind the scenes. For anyone scripting videos, drafting emails, or just needing a thinking partner, it's still the best free starting point out there. Second, Perplexity. I switched to this for actual research instead of ChatGPT because it cites sources directly in the answer, which saved me from copying claims I couldn't verify later. I used it constantly for fact-checking tool claims in this very script. The catch is that the free version throttles you on more advanced search modes, and sometimes the citations point to thin content that doesn't actually back up the claim, so you still have to click through and check. If you do anything research-heavy, put this next to your main chatbot, not instead of it. Third, Canva. I expected to hate this one because I associated it with generic templates, but the free AI features changed my mind. Background removal, the magic eraser style tools, and text-to-image generation for thumbnails saved me actual design time every single week. The honest limitation is that the free plan locks you out of premium elements and some of the sharper AI features, so your output can look slightly templatey if you don't customize it. Still, for anyone making thumbnails or social graphics without a design background, this is the easiest win on this entire list. Fourth, CapCut. I was paying for a separate desktop editor before this, and CapCut's free version replaced almost the whole thing. Auto captions, background removal, and the text-to-speech voices are genuinely usable in a final export, not just a rough draft. Where it struggles is longer, complex timelines. Once a project gets heavy with layers and effects, the free version starts feeling cramped, and some of the flashier effects sit behind a subscription. For short-form and mid-length video editing, though, this alone could replace a paid editor for most creators. Fifth, 11 Labs. I use AI voice for parts of my workflow, and the free tier gives you a real monthly character allowance with genuinely natural-sounding voices, not the robotic text-to-speech you remember from years ago. The problem is obvious the moment you try to scale. The free character limit disappears fast if you're voicing full scripts regularly, and you'll hit a wall within a week or two of consistent use. For occasional voiceover work or testing a script before committing to a paid render, it's excellent. For daily production, you'll outgrow it quickly. Sixth, Notion AI. I was skeptical because Notion's AI features used to feel bolted on, but the current free allowance is enough to summarize meeting notes, clean up messy bullet points, and draft quick outlines inside a workspace I was already using for organization anyway. The downside is the free usage is capped fairly low, and the deeper AI features that actually justify a paid AI tool, like extensive Q&A over your whole workspace, sit behind a subscription. Think of it as a nice bonus layered on an already useful app, not a standalone AI tool worth chasing on its own. Seventh, Grammarly. I almost skipped this because I assumed everyone already knows it, but I want to be honest that the free tier still earns its spot. It catches the awkward phrasing and passive voice that slip past you when you've read your own script 15 times. It will not fix structural or storytelling problems, and the tone suggestions can feel generic if you accept them without thinking. But as a final pass before you hit publish or send, free Grammarly is still worth keeping open in a browser tab. Eighth, Suno. This one surprised me the most. I needed background music for a video and didn't want to deal with royalty-free music sites, so I generated a full track from a text prompt in under a minute. The free tier gives you a real number of generations per month, and the output is far better than I expected from something free. The issue is, you don't get full commercial rights on the free tier the way you do on paid plans. So, if you're monetizing content, Read the license terms carefully before you drop a free tier track into a video you plan to run ads on. Ninth, Descript. I use this for cleaning up talking head footage, and the text-based editing, where you literally delete words from a transcript and it cuts the video for you, is still one of the smartest features in any editor I've touched. The free plan limits your export minutes and watermarks longer projects, so it works best as a rough cut and filler word removal tool before you finish elsewhere. If you record yourself talking on camera regularly, this alone will save you hours of scrubbing through footage manually. So here's the honest verdict after 6 weeks of using nothing but free tools. I canceled 3 subscriptions completely: Runway, a paid grammar tool, and a separate paid voice generator, because the free equivalents did the job for my actual usage level. I kept 1 paid subscription, 11 Labs, because I ran into that character limit constantly, and the time I saved was worth the cost. That's the real lesson here. Free tools aren't about avoiding every payment forever. They're about figuring out exactly where your usage actually justifies spending money, instead of paying by default because that's what everyone else does. If I had to build a stack from scratch today with 0 budget, it would look like this: ChatGPT for writing and thinking, Perplexity for fact-checking, Canva for thumbnails and graphics, CapCut for editing, and Descript for cleaning up talking segments. That combination alone covers almost every task a small content creator or freelancer needs, and it costs nothing until your volume genuinely outgrows the free limits. Which one of these are you trying first? And what's the one paid tool you're still not sure you can replace? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'm genuinely curious what's stumping people. I test tools like this every week, so you don't have to waste a subscription finding out one of them doesn't hold up. If you want that shortlist before you spend $1 on anything, subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel exists to give you.